I'm Ravindra Getu. I teach the course on model construction materials, and we're going to give you sort of an introduction or why you should listen to this or why you should follow this course. I have some of my students who took the course a year or so back, and they span from undergraduate to postgraduate students and research scholars. So we'll hear from them what could be useful and what has been useful to them when they've taken this course. So we'll start with Keshav, who is an undergraduate student, one of our star students who makes it quite challenging in class for a teacher. Keshav, how do you think the course was useful to you?
Well, firstly, after taking the course, I had a different perspective about civil engineering as such. When I walked out through the locality, through the city, I saw that concrete is not the same. All materials used are not the same, and there are different reasons behind why you have multi-layered composites, for example, in structures. And another thing which I really enjoyed were the assignments, because the way the questions are phrased and the way it makes you think kind of forces you to think outside the box and look at different new cutting edge materials available.
Some of the things were reviewed, right? Like not everything must have been new to you, like the chemical bonds and all that you've learned before. So you think that the repetition or the review was good or useful at least?
I think it was useful because most of that was kind of 11th standard and 12th standard chemistry, which we have forgotten by the time we reach our final year undergrad. So yeah, it was a very useful review. The course starts off like that and then progresses to different physical properties of materials and then to the materials themselves.
So somebody who would maybe go on to do other exams and higher studies, you think that would be useful?
Yes, it's a very useful course for that, for those people, I guess.
What's the biggest takeaway from the course?
Personally, the biggest takeaway was polymers and their use in retrofitting, because as I entered the course, I had a feeling that polymers are just rubber, plastic, and well, that's about it. But then only after I entered the course, I realized that they have so many different properties and why you can use one polymer for a particular case of retrofitting but not another. So yeah, I guess my biggest learning was polymers, which I had not encountered that much before.
Okay, so talking about applications, to my left is Anupama, who will be finishing her MTech soon and going on as a construction manager to a site. So we'll hear from her what she took away from the course.
Sir, actually this was a really new area for me, and we learned much more things about the ancient building materials as well as the contemporary building materials. As we know, in India, many are masonry structures still. So when we go to a site, we will get to know what material is being used and what are the properties which determine their use in the site. So I think it's very beneficial for a person who is going to a site afterwards, and I really enjoy taking the course.
And we use a lot of materials in the site beyond just concrete and steel, right? Yes. So you think it was good to focus on again polymers and other materials, tiles, finishes, yes, which are becoming more and more important.
Yes, sir. Because apart from the ancient materials, we also covered certain contemporary materials, and some new research topics were also being introduced. So that gave a new insight, and there were some lectures given by industry personnel as well regarding the material manufacture and the usage. That all gave some practical insights on how to apply the materials in the site.
Good, thanks. And we have Anusha, who is doing her PhD and about to finish the PhD soon. Yeah, and Anusha certainly does research on in the area of construction materials. So how did the course help you, Anusha?
Basically, there are many courses like telling modern construction material, which concentrate only on materials like concrete. But in this course, I got to know about so many new materials like polymers and their basics and application of these materials also. And I also got to know about research, new research areas while taking this course, which can help me in my future.
Okay, so you've heard from them. I hope that you are interested in taking this course. It's not a very difficult course. It starts off from basics, so it's not that you should remember a lot of what you've learned before, and it builds up and then goes on to properties of materials and then different applications of materials that we use today and could be using more of in the future. So, I am looking forward to having you as a student in the course.